Hello, and welcome to our Big Data Project report regarding the Institute of Museum and Library Services dataset. The museum data files are a set of 3 files created in 2018 based on data collected on museums across the country during the first fiscal quarters of 2014 and 2015, along with the third quarter of 2015. The file contains data on museums regarding geographic location, IRS revenue information, and areas of specialization. The museum data file also contains information regarding the North American classification system and national taxonomy of exempt entity codes. The NAICS system is used by, according to the Census Bureau, classifying business establishments for the purposes of collecting and analyzing statistical data regarding the United States business economy. In contrast, the National Taxonomy of Exempt Entity Codes are used by the IRS to classify nonprofit organizations. Insofar as our motivations for the study are concerned, well, there's great geographical data. An example of this great geographical data is seen in this visualization, where we have mapped out institutions found within the MDF file according to their subcategory within the museum data file. Considering that the MDF file contains income and revenue data, we thought that this information would be quite valuable in providing us with a comprehensive picture of how museums and related institutions within the file operate. In addition, there are several categories of institutions from which to extract data. Perhaps there's something interesting or anomalous in regards to art museums in contrast to zoological gardens. We were looking out for those sorts of anomalies in our research. And finally, we all have a personal curiosity over museums in general, and each member of the research team sees a future where we might be working within museum studies, leveraging our information science degrees in that capacity. And without further ado, here's researcher Hugo Wong with our exploratory analysis and findings.
We retrieved the average codes to divide the country into 6 geographical regions. We then utilized Tableau to test our hypothesis about concentration of institutions. We found that New England, Mid-Atlantic, Midwest, and Southeast has the most historical museums and societies. The Southeast, Mountain Plains, and Western regions have more institutions related to science, botanical gardens, and natural history. Splunk was really useful in our preliminary fact-finding. When we were trying to find out which state has the most museums and institutions, we found that California, New York, Texas, Pennsylvania, and Ohio running out the top 5. We were looking at Ohio and Michigan because we found that portion very intriguing. As you all know that New York, California, Washington, D.C. are major museum hubs inside the United States. But what we found surprising was Cleveland and Detroit were also major hubs of art. So we were investigating why that is. And through outside research, through article findings, we found that Detroit and Cleveland were once centers of industry, which allows them to procure art from around the world, making them massive art hubs in the 1900s. Those legacies are still in it today. They are still getting great support from the community, and they are able to keep the art despite the fact that they underwent a severe economic downturn.
Hello, my name is Shanti Williams, and I'm doing the financial aspect of our group project. And firstly, I wanted to discuss how the information we found is a bit inconclusive just due to the fact that over half of our institutions that we analyzed did not report an income. 9,411 did not have an income at all reported with the IRS Form 990. And then we also have 10,518 that are listed as an income of zero. That's more than half of our group that we researched for this project. We didn't get the data to have an all-encompassing picture. However, I do still feel that the information that we found is pretty relevant to the group project. We discovered that there are also 735 institutions reported an income of between $1,000 and $9,999. And then another 735 institutions also report an income of $10,000 to $24,999. There are also 2,745 institutions that reported between $25,000 to $99,999. We had 3,140 that reported $100,000 to $499,999. Then we also had 922 institutions reporting at $500,000 to $999,999. We also had 1,141 institutions reporting at $1 million to $4,999,999. We also had 277 organizations reporting between $5 million to $9,999,999. We had 436 reporting at $10 million to $49,999,999. And then lastly, within that, we also had 852 organizations reporting at 50 million or greater. So this is pretty significant, and it's exciting to know that at least when this data was pulled, that there are plenty of people still going to museums, and museums are still being funded. Certainly one thing to think of when it comes to the future is how the pandemic and COVID-19 specifically have affected what museums can offer and what they can do as far as being able to provide the public and private citizens that within their demographics, hopefully they can also stay afloat within trying times. However, it looks like there's plenty of donations and plenty of people going to museums that they should certainly be around for a while.
So what are our key challenges and our conclusions regarding the museum data file? We found that the Institute of Museum and Library Services file, because it was gleaned through self-reporting, most institutions chose to eschew providing key financial figures. Take, for example, over 50% of the institutions that are part of the MDF listed their income at zero, with the exception of zoos and botanical gardens, which led the reporting data, and historical societies. No other subset from the museum discipline listing reported income at above 10% on average. Most of those were under 5% on average as well. This is a concern because it creates skewed data for researchers. We're working with an incomplete picture of how museum operating costs and revenues synergize and are delineated. And so that was a challenge to find information that was relevant using the file. Our conclusion on the museum data file is due to the fact that the data was collected in 2015, and the IMLS did state in its PDF files for the user manual that they have no intention of updating these files any further. The information may already be out of date. And then, of course, this will lead researchers that are working with the data file into drawing conclusions or perhaps making assertions based on the data that may not be the reality. And as the MDF file continues to age, its relevance in providing important information regarding museums will suffer from degrading utility.
So thank you very much, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you.